Hello everyone and welcome to today's online class for class 11. We all know that electron density repel each other's. Covalent bonds are nothing but the pairs of electron density. When a central atom forms bonds to create a molecule, the bonds that it forms surround itself in the three-dimensional space. The bond that are formed will then try to reorient themselves with respect to one another in such a way that the repulsion that they are facing from each other gets minimum amount. Like if a central atom, let's say this is a central atom and this one is forming a same bond with this atom. In that case, there is only one bond, only one electron pair density is present. If this one is forming two bonds, in that case this bond can orient, these two bonds can orient with respect to each other in different manner. Like it can orient like in this way also. The difference between these two orientation is that the bond or electron density, valential electron density in this case are far apart from each other. On the other hand, in this case it is oriented in certain angle but a little bit closer with each other. Now electron density repel each other. As it repel each other, these two bond electron density will try to orient themselves in such a way that they feel the minimum amount of repulsion. Evidently, these two electron density will feel minimum amount of repulsion when they are far apart from each other, like in a linear fashion. If they are oriented in a linear fashion. Let's see what happens if there is a third bond. If there is a third bond that this molecule is by forming three bonds, the central atom with these three atoms, this kind of molecule is formed. In this case, the orientation of individual bond again will be depend on their mutual repulsion from each other. These bonds will try to orient themselves in such a way that each of them will face the minimum amount of repulsion from the adjacent bond. That's why the new theory has been constructed on the basis of this concept, that when molecules are being formed by forming more than one bonds, the electron density in that bond repel each other, and to minimize that repulsion repulsion between the electron density of the bonds try to orient in a certain manner with respect to one another, which develop a fixed structure for the molecule. Now this approach creates of explanation explain the various shapes of the molecule that are being formed. This approach was not included in the Lewis dot structure. Lewis dot structure was only explaining how the bonds are forming and why, but they did not explain why the certain shapes of the molecules were created. This is the first approach, first theory that actually explain the shapes of the molecule. That's why this theory is known as valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, because in the bond formation, valence shell participate in bond formation. So when the bond are formed with the help of valence shell, they repel each other, and to gain minimum repulsion from each other, they orient themselves in such a way that the repulsion is minimum in three-dimensional and thus create a specific shape for the molecule. That's why the first rule under this theory, in short, which is known as VSEPR theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. The first rule says that the shape of molecule depends on the total number of valence shell electron pairs. meaning the total number of bond that the central atom is forming. Depending on that number, the shape of the molecule will be there. Just like in this case, it will be a linear molecule. It is the shape of this molecule is linear because two bond is being created, which is quite different compared to this shape of this molecule, which has three bonds. So the valential electron pair, the bond electron, depending on the numbers of bond that the central atom is creating, depending on the numbers of valential pair that the central atom is having, depending on that number, the shape of the molecule will be determined. So we know that the shape of the molecule depends on the number of bond pairs, number of electron pairs that is around the central atom. Now let's see the shapes of the different molecule depending on these different numbers. If the central atom possesses two bond pairs, mind it, I am talking about bond pairs only, I am not talking about electron pairs. If the central atom generates or have two bond, in that case the shape of the molecule will be linear, and this linear shape looks like this. Let's say this is the central atom and this is the two bond that it creates with these two atoms. The bond, the shape that is being created is linear, because then in this type of case, the bond pairs, the electron density in the bond pairs are far apart from each other in the angle of 180 degree apart, which creates a linear molecule. So the shape of the molecule, this entire molecule, the shape of this entire molecule is linear. If the number of bond is 3, that is, if the central atom creates 3 bonds, if the central atom has 3 bonds around it, then the shape is triagonal planar. And this will look like this. A means the central atom and it has created 3 bonds with these 3 atoms. This is in a plane of a triangle. If a plane of we create a plane of a triangle, each vertex have A is situated at each vertex of the triangle. In that case, this kind of shape is created. The angle between each atom are same, and that is 120 degree. That is the AMA, this angle is 120 degree, AMA, this angle is 120 degree, AMA, this bond angle is also 120 degree apart. This is a triangular planar shape that this kind of molecule creates when they have the central atom contain 3 bonds. This is a planar structure. This all the atoms that are constructing this molecule situate on a triangular plane. If the central atom have 4 bond pairs, that is, the central atom contains 4 bonds around itself. In that case, the structure that will form, the name of that structure is tetrahedral. And this will look like this. This is the central atom, A, and each bond in them have similar angle of 109 degree 28 minutes. All the four bonds, there are four bonds that is bond angle that are there, and all the four bond angle have 109 degree 28 minutes. This is the tetrahedral shape that will be created if the central atom possesses four bonds. If the central atom possesses 5 bonds, in that case the structure that they will create is triagonal bipyramidal. Triagonal bipyramidal. The shape will look like this. A triangular plane will be created, and on this plane there will be two bonds. This is triangular bipyramidal shape. There are three different angles in this shape. This bond is known as the axial bond. The axial bond creates an angle with the triagonal plane. This angle is 90 degree. The axial bond creates another angle with the opposite axial bond of 180 degree. Another angle is created between the bonds that are situated on the triagonal plane. The angle between them are 120 degree. So there are three different angles. 90 degree that is been created between the bond or axial bond and the triagonal plane, and 180 degrees another bond that is being created between the two axial bond. Third bond is also created between the bonds that are situated on the triagonal plane. So three bond, 90 degree, 180 degree, 120 degree. There are two more bonds are there, but I am going to do this after writing all of these things, because the structures are becoming more bulky and more complex. I am again going to draw the tetrahedral structure, that is when the number of bond pair is 4. The shape is tetrahedral. That is, if the central atom of the molecule possesses 4 bonds, then the shape of the entire molecule will be tetrahedral. It looks like this. This is the central atom. This is the bond, 4 bond that it had created with this 4 atom. As a result, this shape is created which known as tetrahedral shape. Now this is 3-dimensional shape. The shape before this shape was linear and triangular planar. Both of them are planar. Both of these structure was residing on a plane. This is entirely a 3-dimensional structure. Like if this is the central atom, and let's take example of this one. One will be situated like this, another will be situated like this, and one bond will be like this. All of them are equivalent, because if you just take any one of the bond in the upper portion, the remaining one will just go like this. Now as I am holding like this and I am not very holding it well, that's why whenever I am changing it, the shape is getting changed, but you can understand what I am trying to say. All the possible position, whenever I am putting one bond on the as an axial bond, all of them are getting this similar kind of structure. So all the bonds are equivalent with each other. So this is this tetrahedral structure. This is a 3-dimensional structure. As you can see, this structure cannot be placed on a plane, on a plane, because this is not a planar structure. This is a tetrahedral structure. This is a 3-dimensional structure. all of them the bonds are equivalent with each other. That's why all the angles are also equivalent with each other. All the angles that is created have 109 degree 28 minute in them. All of them have same angle between them, because supposedly if this bond, this is the plane of the molecule that is been created, M is situated on this plane, this bond is away from the bond, and these two bond are is situated on the opposite side of the bond in an angle, and this bond, this actual bond, is situated on the plane of this whiteboard. So you can imagine this thing cannot be drawn on a planar structure, because this is not a planar on a plan, because this is not a planar molecule. This is a three-dimensional molecule having all the angle similar with each other of 109 degree 28 minutes. The next one that we studied is the triangular bipyramidal shape. That one was created when the number of bond pairs around the central atom was 5. That is, the central atom have 5 bonds. In that case, the structure is trigonal bipyramidal. And the shape of the structure looks like this. M is the central atom, and there is a trigonal plane with these 3 atoms, and this is the trigonal plane. On this trigonal plane, perpendicularly with this trigonal plane, 2 bonds has been created. Clearly, this structure creates 3 different angles. This axial bond, this bond is known as axial bond, and these bonds are known as equatorial bond. Why these 2 bond has been named differently? Because these 2 bond is situated as an axis of this atom, and these 3 bonds are situated on the equator position. The equator is a triangular shape, and all these 3 bonds is situated on the equatorial triangular plane. That's why these 3 bonds are known as equatorial bond, and these 2 bonds are known as axial bond. Now these 2 bonds are perpendicular with the plane of this molecule, triangular plane. As they are perpendicular on the triangular plane, that's why the shape of this, the angle between the plane, triangular plane, and the axial bond are 90 degree. On the other hand, the angle between the 2 axial bond, the angle between 2 axial bond are 108 degree. And the angle between the equatorial bonds are 60 degree. So there are 3 angles: 180 degree, 90 degree, and 60 degree. This is the 3 different bonds that is created when an atom, when a molecule construct a trigonal bipyramidal structure, because the central atom possesses 5 bond pairs around it.